The price of Pepe is starting to round to the upside, and we are seeing Pepe start to bottom out versus Bitcoin temporarily. Are we going to continue to see this trend where Pepe can establish a floor in its price appreciation versus the dollar? And more importantly, versus Bitcoin. Now, I say more importantly because historically, when we see the biggest gains for altcoins like Pepe, a meme, you need to see the altcoins, anything that's not Bitcoin, start to generally rally versus Bitcoin. So, what we take a peek at is the Bitcoin dominance in the market and the strength of Pepe relative to Bitcoin. And I want to look at that with you guys in this video because things are starting to look up for Pepe, but are we really out of the woods here? Are we really done with all this downside that we've seen over the last few months since this new president has taken power in 2025 and we've had all this tariff volatility? I want to look at that with you guys in this one. Stick around to the end. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and take a peek at this with me. First off, the total market cap for cryptocurrency is starting to scoop to the upside. These are three very, very beautiful weekly green candles for the total market cap of cryptocurrency. After having a very, very large move to the downside, we are starting to have a noticeable reversal to the upside. The total market cap for crypto came down 37%, and some altcoins, like Pepe as a good example, came down even more than that, coming down something around 80% to the downside from their highs. So if you've been holding Pepe, you've probably been frustrated, especially if you were buying up here or anywhere really. In even the year 2024, you came right back down to about, even at the worst moment in the beginning of this 2025 year. But now we're kind of starting to come back up and you're wondering, okay, is this thing going to go back in the profit? Well, if you're looking at the total market cap coming down 37%, that is a standard dip within a crypto bull market for the total market cap and for Bitcoin. And the reason for these sell-offs was all around the tariff news. Now that we're seeing the president kind of lighten his tone against Fed Chair Jerome Powell and lighten his tone in tariffs and trying to alleviate some concerns in the market, which is why we're seeing the traditional market rally this week a little bit, and which is why we're seeing the total market cap for cryptocurrency rally a bit. This has caused very large moves to the upside over the last 2 weeks, but in the last week was the most significant progress we made. In fact, taking our weekly candle for total market cap back above levels that we hadn't seen since the end of March, since the end of last month. So now we've got a green April happening and we're going into May and we've got an FOMC meeting coming up. Likely during this meeting, guys, we are not going to see a Fed rate cut. Why am I talking about all this when it comes to Pepe? Well, because if we do not see a Fed rate cut and crypto continues to pump, what I would expect to happen is I would expect Bitcoin to probably continue to outperform the altcoins and move all the way up to a new high, if it's going to take a new high, but I do think it will, move up to about 72 to 73% in dominance, which means that Pepe versus Bitcoin, if you take a peek at that now, which is kind of rounding up, I would expect it not necessarily to break upward and out, but to start to kind of establish some kind of floor over here and start to trickle upward slowly. I think Bitcoin is going to shoot up in terms of its dominance, and I think Pepe versus Bitcoin is probably just going to trickle to the side. As for Pepe versus the dollar, we kind of have this nice little W pattern forming here, which actually does look nice and bullish considering what the total market cap for cryptocurrency is doing. I would not be surprised to see Pepe get a nice move back to the upside to revisit this red line that I have drawn for you here. A nice 50% move. Wouldn't be surprised to see that even quickly. That would be a level of resistance that we might see. And then our next level of resistance would be at this 4016 level. Now that is 10 away, so we would actually drop a 0 if we went to those levels. A 50% move is significant, but I do believe, as I mentioned before, we could see Pepe go a lot higher than just this little 50% move up to this level of resistance, which I think we could then turn to support and move a lot higher. I think Pepe could go up past, I think Pepe could have a multi-billion dollar market cap. I think it could have maybe even $100 billion market cap, which sounds ridiculous, but you got to remember that Dogecoin had an $88 billion market cap, and Pepe is a very strong meme. I'm not saying Pepe is going to hit $100 billion market cap. I'm saying it could. I think it could easily go to 20, 30, 40 billion. It's something we've seen for Shiba Inu in the past. I think we could see it for Pepe. On the way up, guys, there's going to be awesome profit-taking areas to the upside, to the downside. If you want to short it, if you want to long it, I think there's so much great volatility in crypto for trading that some people take advantage of, some don't. If you want to do some trading for yourself, you could sign up for Blowfin using the link we've got in the comments for you down below. It's pinned in the description as well. Sign up for Blowfin if you want to do some trading. You get up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you sign up. If you haven't checked it out already, that's where me and Black Sea trade. Right now, in terms of looking for a trade for Pepe, I personally would like to kind of find a little bit more of a level at a floor. Like, I would prefer to kind of look at kind of the bottoms of these ranges and go, okay, well, maybe if Pepe comes back down to 40 or 507, maybe if it rejects off of kind of the top of this wick, 5098, which maybe we did. Maybe there's a little potential short play here. I'd feel more comfortable looking for a long, maybe down around this 50674 level to maybe get a bounce up to this range. We could easily shoot up to this range. If we did come up to this red line, I would be looking for a short there. And that's just kind of the way that I analyze these things. If you're holding Pepe, I think there's a bright future ahead for this meme coin. I think it could be in the top 20, certainly. It has been before. I think it'll get back there. I wouldn't even be surprised to see Pepe become a top 10 meme. At one point, Shiba Inu was. It is not anymore. I think Pepe is stronger than Shiba Inu. I want to know in the comments down below. Do you guys agree? Is Pepe stronger than Shiba? At the end of the day, all it takes, guys, is a tweet from Elon. Pepe coin on a rally after Elon Musk tweet. Go back to April 9th. This is the reality of the situation. When he tweets, and he's been tweeting images of Pepe, he can move the price of this coin. It's wild. It's a popular coin. Elon Musk likes two major meme coins, Dogecoin and Pepe. What a time. What a time to be alive. I'm bullish on Pepe. Not financial advice. I wanted to give you guys a couple price updates on it and look at the chart with you guys today, especially versus Bitcoin. But I do think that we're going to start establishing a floor here for that next move later this year, where I do think altcoins will rally and Pepe will be a part of that. That's all I got on this one, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, DCA HODL, and of course, my friends, I'll see you in the next one. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Till next time, peace, guys.